Here we go, YouTube. Quick video update of the K24 Civic. And what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed these 06 through 2011 Civic SI seats, front and back, mounted up with the stock rails. A bit of modifications that I did to make it work, and I'll be showing you guys exactly what I did to do that. I wanted to make sure to install mine before I showed you guys exactly what I did here. So a little bit of modifications. One of them is going to be drilling this hole on the seat. So I'm just showing you guys before I take them out so I can clearly show you. And then as you guys can see right there, that bracket is from the stock rail to the seats. I used the stock SI brackets, not the EK brackets. So those are the two rear bolts, and here are the two front bolts, one there and the other right there. So I'm gonna take these seats out so I can show you guys exactly the location of the bolts and the mounts. So we got the seat out the car, and I will show you guys the modifications I had to do to the two rear mounting points. And then this side I didn't have to touch it, the left side I did. So what I did first, when I first did my installation, because I did do some research online and I just seen a bunch of craziness going on. Guys were welding and modifying brackets from this car and that car, so I didn't want to do all that. These are just some simple seats. I just wanted to keep it OEM clean. They are kind of heavy, so I didn't want to spend no money on having to install the seats, so I just did it to where it works. I sat the seat in the car first, and then we used the original mounting point on the left side, and then on the right side I just drilled a hole where it would line up equally and then lined up in the chassis. And I'll show you guys in the driver's seat. On the driver's seat, lighting's not too great, but you guys see that bolt there, and then you got your bolt here. So this is our guide. I started with this one without having to cut and then or drill, and then I just drilled where I needed to here. So these will be your two front mounting points like I just showed you on the driver's seat. So you got the front all done and mounted using the stock 12 mounting points. For the rear bracket, you are gonna have to be good at finessing some things. Now I had to bend this bracket, as you guys can see. When you guys have your seat from factory, this bracket's gonna be straight like this. So what I did was I put the seat down, sitting down. Let me just show you guys an idea of what I did. Really rough visual of what I did. I sat the seat up on something where it's not gonna, when I hit, it's gonna bend the bracket versus putting stress on the rest of the bracket. And you're only gonna have to bend it just enough to where it's tilted, so not so much. It's not so much of a bend, and you guys will see more of a visual. I didn't record as I was installing because I wasn't sure if it was even gonna work, so I just wanted to make sure it'll work before I process this information over to you guys. So you guys have that bracket bent to about that angle. You guys want to go back into the car and see where you're at, just to see if you need to go any more to get that angle, just to get that bolt on that mounting point. For that rear left side, it was a little bit off on the OEM mounting point, so what I did is I drilled a hole where it would just line up, and then on this side all I did was put like a spacer in between here and the lip here, so the bolt sits flush. Show you guys how you want to measure or get the guesstimation of where this hole will be on that driver's seat. The mess I still have to clean up. This is from putting the seat in and out, so you guys will see there, that's the stock bolt. A little bit crazy looking on the bracket. I'm gonna take it back out and spray it to make it look clean. And then, like I was mentioning here, that hole is just on the other side of this lip here, so you want to drill like right here, and it'll mount right into that mounting point. I'm gonna take these rear seats out, and I'm gonna show you guys how I installed them using the stock brackets. That way you guys can fold them down and they're still in place. Guys, so for the rear seat, as you guys can see how clean it lines up on both ends, it does stick out a little bit from the rear bottom, but nothing to worry about because it still looks flush with the interior if you guys do have your panels. I don't have my panels. We're going fully gutted look, so this was just to separate the look from the fuel tank or the fuel cell and the inside of the car. So the rear do fold down, and what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna use all your OEM brackets to your OEM seats. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to drill this hole, which lines up perfectly with the bolt hole for this OEM seat. So I'll take this out. I just wanted you guys to see more of a visual and how it actually functions before I took it out. I'll show you guys this side also. Same thing. So I'm gonna get them out and show you how I did that. So I got both of these 12 out that I had to drill myself, which you can see I already pulled this side. Now for the middle that connects both seats to your stock flange here, because this is from the factory holder, you're gonna need the factory bracket that holds the SI seats together and brackets there. So I took the two 12s out, and you guys will see that's what mounts this piece in there, and then this bracket just bolts right to the seat as if it was factory on the other side. I'll take that off so I can show you. This bracket's being held down by a 12, and then once you remove that bracket, it allows this seat to come out. See? Just like that. Now for the bottom side of the seat is a very simple install. You're going to want to push the cushion as far back as you can, and then the stock bracket from the seat, it'll show you here like you get some playing room. So what I did is I pre-drilled here for a 10mm, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it as far back as I can, because when the top seat sits here, it covers this cushion here, so it allows the seat to sit far back, and then when you do the brackets here, it just kind of sits everything together, kind of sandwich that fitment that you guys seen earlier in the video. So just real simple modification here, just drill out a hole, and then you'll get some playing room on where you want your 10mm bolt. So real simple, guys. You guys will need, like I said, the stock bracket there, the stock bracket there. You'll be utilizing this stock post here, and then you'll need the bracket that holds the two seats together in the middle for the 0611 SI. Now for the coupe, you will need 06 through 11 SI 4-door rear, and then for the front is the same coupe or 4-door. I took mine out because this is a complete mess, and I just wanted to go through everything and clean it up real nice. So also wanted to share that information on these seats. Got the seats all out, so I'm gonna take advantage and shampoo them, and then do some very much cleaning that we need to do inside of that chassis, as you guys seen that mess. So I won't lie to you guys, I was a little bit hesitant using these seats as they are very heavy, or at least heavier than the stock seats, but once they were in there, they felt so comfortable. And I did make a post on my Instagram saying this is probably the most underrated bucket seat from Honda, which I believe it is because of its weight. So you guys will need one more modification, and that's going to be your seatbelt bracket. It doesn't line up with the EGEK style, so that's another just a quick 12, and just put your stock one on there. Hope I was able to help some of you guys with this install video. Stay tuned, we do have more content coming of the K24 Civic.